Hey you, come on, sit down. You're sitting at the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella, and as always, my partner in crime,
John Jacobs.
thank you so much, and happy Wednesday to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. We got a fantastic show today. We're going to be talking about Amazon Prime's The Boys, season 3. So major spoiler alerts are going to come on out now. So if you are watching this live, you can check out and check us back in later and check out the show. We'll be here on Facebook, and then tomorrow it'll be on YouTube, as well as we'll have numerous clips. So that brings up my next thing. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube page, where you'll see all kinds of crazy content, as well as past content from past shows. So today we're going to be talking about The Boys. I'm very excited about talking about this. Season 3 just finished up, and it's left us with a lot of questions, and definitely us thinking about what season 4 is going to be like, where are these characters going, and we're going to talk very specifically about, Homelander and his public image, redemption such as A-Train's, plenty of it. But before we go any further, I want to bring out two guests who I'm very excited to have on this show. They not only are they hysterical comedians. They have an amazing comedy show they do every first Friday at Cafe Kerouac in Columbus. But also, they are probably the most inviting comics I've ever met in my life. When I first came to Columbus, I felt like a stray, and these two really brought me in and made me feel like a part of the group, and I always appreciate that from them. So let's bring them out. Please give it up for Natalie and Dave Burkey. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
We got the not the funniest, but like the charisma card. So I'll take that.
The charisma card. I like it.
No.
That's not true, because each of you, I have one joke stuck in my head that I can't get out, and it's dating back 5+ years. So
yeah,
I disagree with that.
I'm scared to know what that would be.
Just say it, Jesse. Just tell him.
No. Well, I want to get right into the ball. Well, okay. The one was I don't want to get too direct. So the one was Natalie. It was Shrunken Head. It was It was about two people sitting on a toilet and peeing at the same time.
That'll do it. That will do it.
That'll do it.
I love how Dave is just like, yep, like you almost have like a checklist. Like, yep, that sounds about.
Because two women, because I think that guys peeing is gross.
Yeah. We would just cross the streams. Guys just cross the streams. That's all.
Because then it comes into really close to a sword fight if you're not ready.
Yeah, it's too combative.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are giving yourselves a lot of credit. Words like sword being thrown around.
Well, before we get too off topic, I want to get right into it, because we have a lot of things we want to talk about with this show, because this season felt very different from every other season, and it's because I felt like this season had more individual storylines than every other season. I felt like season 1, you had everyone kind of on Billy Butcher's story, which is getting to Homelander. And then the season 2, it kind of felt more like on the run, trying to find some peace. But this one, I felt like it diversified so much to the point where A-Train had his own individual thing, and it was very fascinating. What are your guys' thoughts on season 3?
Oh, overall, I loved it. I did think it ended a little weak. I'm assuming we can give spoilers because we're talking about the whole thing.
Yeah, I said spoilers at the beginning, so feel free to go crazy and say everything.
But no, I like that they, I don't know. I think it's funny. Oh, no.
Someone's having fun.
No, I like that they were like trying to give redemption arcs to characters that are horrible people and then just immediately whisking them away. Like A-Train specifically. Yeah. Like he had this whole build towards just like, oh no, he's a person, and then he immediately just fucks it all up.
Yep.
And I love the twist of fate on them, since we're talking about that. How he now has the heart of the person that crippled his brother.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, wow. I mean, what a twist of fate. Like,
totally fine with that though. Like, That asshole's like, yeah, like I can run again. That's all he cares about.
Right. You're right, Natalie. Absolutely.
That's true.
No, that guy is beyond redemption. I
think
feel worse for the Deep than I do for A-Train.
Oh, we'll talk about my man, the Deep. Don't you worry.
They went pretty hard.
He just wants to go marry an octopus. Like, leave him alone. And now he has that trauma on top of it.
Now, we're talking about A-Train and his redemption. Let's not forget one of the best scenes in this whole season when they did the whole Kylie Jenner Pepsi commercial. How fantastic was that? Dude, once I realized what I was watching, because, like, I thought it was happening in the show. Like, I thought he was doing something. He went out. There were protests. And then as soon as it clicked in my head, I was like, oh, shit. This is the fucking Kylie Jenner Pepsi commercial. Greatest thing I've seen. Oh, my God. How good was that?
No, it's funny too because like that's the thing. Like that is real social change for him.
Yes.
Like that was him being a better person. Like an ad campaign.
Right, an ad campaign. Look, I'm nice. I've changed.
I think that was one thing I felt like this show did a very good job with, in that it was just really good with social commentary. Mm-hmm. Like, one of the things you had the Pepsi commercial, and then you had the Gal Gadot's Imagine.
Oh, dude, that was great.
The Deep's like, yeah, this has been a really rough time, and imagine if there's no heaven. And they all Patton Oswalt starts singing and stuff like that.
That was so great. I'm glad they got him in that.
I prefer that over the Pepsi commercial. Was a little bit too over the top, but I enjoyed it. I don't know. I feel like I've seen so many shows pull parallels from what's happening now and try to make them relevant in the show that almost getting tiresome.
Do you think they do that to like give the show a viral appeal?
No.
Because like I've been catching that as well, and I agree with what you're saying.
No.
I mean, I think it works the first couple times. But like, there's like the difference between The Handmaid's Tale, where we're joining it, and like a show that they're like kind of scripting to be like this. I appreciate a nod here and there, but like The Boys is not South Park. So
true.
Yeah. This season, I definitely felt it got heavier to the point where the last scene of the episode of the season, spoiler alert, I mean, that was ripped right from one of Trump's rallies where he said, I'm so popular and people will love me. I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and everybody would still love me.
Yep. And
what we had there was Homelander lasering somebody in the face and everybody still loves him.
They cheered.
And
I think they killed it with the little Trumpisms, like honestly.
They did.
Like down to like the taco bowl. Like we've got the best taco bowls in the business. Like that was a real Trump thing.
Yeah.
That was
I totally agree. And then I forget the guy's name, but it's the guy that Marvin's ex-wife remarried. I forget his name.
Oh yeah.
And how you can see him getting pulled in, and Marvin's like, bro, how do you not see beyond the flashiness? Like, that's not at all what's true. And that just rings parallel to what's happening now. People just believe what they see, and then they get behind it so hard. And then when someone comes along and says, you're being manipulated and duped, right? They're like, no, this is all right. I'm good. And they go all in. And I loved that parallel in this season because we're all going through that right now. And I thought that was clever the way they tied that in, but I totally agree with what Natalie's saying. You have to be responsible with how you use it, and you don't want to oversaturate your show with it. So I do agree with what you're saying, Natalie.
Fake news.
I do agree on that point, though, that you just brought up about like, train of thought.
It's okay. Got a bunch of kids running around. Okay.
No, just I think the big problem here is that the people who know the truth and aren't falling for I always want to call him Captain America. He's not Captain America. Homelander stuff. And the people who fall for Trump's, puffery believe that the media is lying and that it's all a show. And then the people who are like away from that, be they Republican or Democrat, doesn't matter, or like not affiliated, they also agree that it's all a show. But like the level of who's acting and why, and the motives are twisted. So it's like we all agree that this is like a warped reality we're being fed, but like we're disagreeing about the fundamental truths. And honestly, this show just scared the shit out of me, because I'm like, you could love Trump and probably still love the show, even if you were offended by people making fun of Trump.
Oh, that's been like a big thing though. Like there's whole like Reddit discussions about like people just finding out that it's like, oh no, Homelander's the bad guy. Like that's like a legit thing on the internet right now.
What?
Oh
no, not know by season 3 Homelander's the bad guy. Like
they didn't pick up the first episode where where a child met his hero and then he lasered the plane down.
Right.
They were, that's what's so crazy about the show. It's making people realize that. Even on TikTok, people were going crazy about it. They're like, wait, what? No, he's the good guy. It's like, no, he's not.
It took them 3 seasons?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
That's what figure this out. Like,
yes,
or especially when him and Queen Maeve were on the plane, he's like, you know what? We're just gonna leave now. Like, we can't do all this. We're just done. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, we're out of here. How did you not know at that point that he was the bad guy? Like, what?
He checked out so fast. Like, and here's the thing: we've all checked out of work like that before, where something is going crazy at work, and we're like, you know what? We're done here.
I'm out. Done with it. Doing my own thing.
So like, I guess that's the only thing you could relate to Homelander on, like knowing that like you're leaving work and there's like thousands of fires going on. You're like, whatever. I'll come back tomorrow and deal with it. You know what I mean? That's all I can imagine. But this show, like I said, it does parallel our society a lot. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I thought paralleled it the most was in season 2, where what happened was this one guy. The opening montage is just this guy waking up, packing lunch, going to the convenience store, going to work, coming home, and that's it. That's his whole day, over and over and over. And during that time, he's listening to Stormfront talking about they and them and how we have to kill them so we could save us and this and that over and over. And it gets more hateful and hateful and hateful to the point where he pulls a gun on a clerk and shoots him. Right. Because the clerk looked like them. Yeah. And it was just a very fascinating kind of looking at how someone's psyche, when you let in a lot of craziness, that it just warps you into that. And it's
well, that's a beautiful way that they did it. And that's why I appreciate the comedic relief in season 3, but like, let's be real. I don't think they were trying to make any big points by like making these 2 like layers and comparing it to what's happening now with Trump and whatnot. I feel like that's so over the top and not subtle.
It's not over the top though. It's like pretty legit if you pay attention to the shit people say online.
Well, but I mean, we see that though. But this is like getting into the head of someone who maybe is on the fence, or someone that you know and you've grown up with, that you can't believe that they believe these things, and it's like, oh, that's how they got there.
Yeah. I mean, I think we all know somebody or multiple people that, that have kind of gone through that change, whether it be somebody we grew up with, somebody we met 10 or 15 years ago, coworker, friend, what have you. I think that what we've all experienced just in the last, 10 to 15 years, it is properly showcased in the show. But again, to everybody's point here, it's just about the balance and how you responsibly use it. Do you take it over the top to get that impact? Absolutely. But do you keep doing that to where you beat it into the ground? So, it's, moving into next season, what is the social commentary going to be? Because this takes Homelander and puts him in a great position, because now he murdered somebody in front of everyone. They didn't care. This is, in my opinion, this is the precursor to Homelander just fucking taking over. Because when Starlight, when she was trying to blackmail him and like, hey, you don't play ball, I'm going to release this. He's like, go ahead. What are you going to do? He's like, I'll just kill everybody and take over then. I'm not worried about it.
A capital riot, you say?
Right, exactly. So I think that this is setting that up where in season 4, we're just going to see Homelander go apeshit and just start taking over. And people are going to allow it to happen.
in the comic book, he does take over the White House at one point. There's a lot of things that Homelander does in the comic books that I'm kind of interested to see if they will even show at that, because it's very scary. Because like at one point he kills everybody off and takes over the White House. He's like sitting in the Oval Office, blood all over him and stuff like that, and it's freaky. I mean, to the point where there's actually a storyline. It's very. I don't think they'll ever do it in the show where the Seven are actually a little bit, and they kind of touched on it with the airplane that Maven Homelander let go down. That storyline is actually located in a flashback where they fuck up and accidentally not save everybody from 9/11.
Oh, okay.
That's the original storyline.
Yeah.
I had a feeling when they did that in season 4, I think they were because apparently like they were drunk, they weren't paying attention, and they fucked everything up, and that's what caused it.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I think that's what they were alluding to heavily with that. Who knows?
Hashtag the 7 did 9/11.
Yeah, there you go. The real story.
9/11, more like 7/11. What's going on?
Ooh.
There it is. They attacked. I mean, I just wondered. I got to read the comic book because I'm like, what the hell did the Deep do? Like at the end of the day,
dude, he was talking to Timothy, man.
Yeah, he's talking to Timothy, dude. Yeah. Before we go any further, we're gonna jump into the comments section real fast. Shep, don't worry, we will be talking about Herogasm. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
Here's an interesting thought. I think every member of the Seven are beyond redemption. So I know we kind of alluded that some members might be. Do you think they're all beyond it?
I don't really believe
who's
it.
left actually of the 7? The 7's like the 3.
Yeah, they're whittled down now at this point.
Maeve
and Starlight, I guess.
Maeve and Starlight, and you could say the Deep and A-Train.
Yeah, because you can tell they're trying, even though they're failing horribly. They've at least recognized it, and they're trying, but they're. Just
I don't
failing.
think the Deep is truly.
Oh yeah, well, good point.
Like,
Good point.
I don't think anyone is beyond redemption. Like, I don't even think Homelander is beyond redemption. But it's that they lack the ability to see that they've done it. That's like where I draw the line. So like, I feel like A-Train is more of a problem to me because he refuses to acknowledge that he actually did this or that he's part of the problem. He just keeps trying to fix it. And whereas the Deep, who I think is a total piece of shit, like actually seems like he's acknowledging that he messed up and like maybe he could be better. I feel better
I see
about
that
him.
completely backwards.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
No, I feel like the Deep is just completely oblivious. He's just worried about like the points and the book deals. A-Train like gave like a very sympathetic, like real apology to Huey.
One time.
I mean, that's true. That's true. And his brother has basically disowned him now at this point. So that's going to be weighing down on him heavily next season. And I think they could probably explore a storyline where maybe A-Train jumps off the fucking rails because he's got no reason to redeem himself now other than the materialism, right? The movies, the books, the money. But outside of that, he's lost his brother. Like, people think he's a piece of shit. He dropped the whole, I'm in it for Black Americans, and now I'm back to just A-Train. So he's clearly doing this for money, and he has nobody really like guiding him through this now but himself. So I think he's on a fast train for disaster in season 4, even with his new heart.
A-Train was only kind of likable and relatable when they were treating him like shit. And that's the only time, and even then he didn't really self-reflect. All he was like, oh man, I can't run. And he didn't do anything about it. He didn't acknowledge that he had done a lot of bad things. And it wasn't until those started to affect him. And then he went to his brother after murdering someone that did nothing to help the issue. It was a selfish act. And then he went to his brother and was just like, hey, in his costume. And he's like, oh, I'll get you all these deals. Like, I want you to be my coach. Like, I want to go back to the way it was. So it's like, obviously he's learned nothing.
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Whereas like the
you
Deep
got a
is
point there.
and like holding his octopus, and it's like he's had some transformation.
He went from a porpoise to an octopus.
Well,
You're
yeah, but
absolutely
he
right.
wanted that octopus to fuck his wife in a threesome. So I mean,
Oh my
Admitted,
God.
like, he's just exploring himself. He's apologized. Like he genuinely feels sorry. Like he
Does
felt
he,
bad
though?
when he killed that like senator or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
He felt like he had to. Like he was more stuck in a place the way like Ashley was.
Oh, definitely. I felt like at that point they were afraid of Homelander thoroughly.
But that's the thing is,
Justifiably.
A-Train had the chance to go and like actually do something about it, and he turned the guy in just to try to get favor. Whereas the Deep is only participating when he's being watched. So like, and even when he is, he doesn't necessarily want to do it. So I think that speaks to who they are as like deep down people.
Huh.
So I think that as far as I'm concerned, A-Train can like kiss ass and like be gone. And the Deep might be able to like sell a good book and like hug some orphans here or there.
Let's face it, we want to see that Scientology episode with him.
Like Fresca, and I love Fresca, man. So you know, it's all good.
Yeah, oh God. Which real quick, this is just a dumb topic prediction. What's the next sea creature he's fucking next season?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Once you go octopus, you don't go back. Like,
yeah, how do you top an octopus, man?
It's tough.
It's an alien. It's a literal alien.
I don't know. It's got
You're absolutely right.
It's got a little beak in there. Like there's a lot going on.
What about one of those? What are they called? The angler fish that have the bio like mechanical like.
Oh yeah, the light.
They have,
I don't.
Teeth and they eat them.
I don't think you want to get sucked off by an anglerfish, buddy.
It's
I don't know.
that
Like I've
sexual.
seen.
But the Deep is different, man. He likes that. You know, he wants to explore the different oceanic creatures.
It is funny. So like there's the whole bestiality thing, but it's hilarious because like he obviously has like an emotional connection with them. So it's just like, oh, it's fine. It's okay.
Right.
Like, it's okay.
We're good.
He has a family. He's begging for his life.
As
oh my God.
With ink coming out of his mouth.
I can hear him praying.
I can hear him praying. It reminded me of the dolphin from season 1 where he was so hell-bent on saving that dolphin and then he just ended up getting it. Everything he tries to save just ends up getting killed or fucked up in one way or another.
But see, him trying to save the dolphin as a publicity stunt, that's like an A-Train move. And I feel like once he stopped trying to do that shit, he became a better person. So if A-Train can just actually be humbled, maybe someone needs to run through his brother or something.
Now, did he become a better person because of the Scientology or because he really did realize he was on the wrong path?
Oh, I think he knew before the Scientology.
Interesting. So
then he lost everything and then he just like continued to like exist. I think he started to realize that he had really fucked up.
I think it was the moment when he got raped in the gill and then he shaved his head in his Britney Spears moment. I think that's where he started to be like, maybe I've fucked up too far here. Somebody just raped me. I need to take a step.
He needed to feel what he did to other people.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. And I love the way they shot that scene too, because you're like, oh, like it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, wait, that's what you get, motherfucker. Like you get this now. But then you're
like,
I'm gonna feel bad for him. But then I don't. You know, you're always torn with that guy.
Yeah, the show is very good at making you care about people that are horrible.
Absolutely.
No, it does a really good job of that. Hold on a second. Someone says sea urchin.
Oh, good one. There we go. Now, is he going to cut the top off and take the uni out and then fuck it?
No.
Did you put thought in this?
He likes them. Like, he doesn't want to hurt them.
Yeah, but
that is true. I don't think he wants to kill it. And I mean, I guess we're assuming that the Deep is packing in this moment. But like,
packing what, though?
That's a good point. He does.
I mean, I'm sure he's well endowed, right? Like, I mean, they kind of allude to it, but maybe not. Maybe he's got a little, I don't know.
Is it?
You don't know. It could be that. It could be. Well, oh yeah, that's now the good point. Is it human? We don't know because like he has gills.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's a good point.
Maybe
I didn't even think about that.
In this moment, I just realized I don't know what a fish dick looks like.
I'm looking it up now.
So this is
What's
an
a
education.
fish dick look like?
Oh, they're just the same as birds. Same as birds.
Same as birds.
Same as birds. I like
He
it.
doesn't have anything technically, and then he would poop like thin little long streams in the water.
The deep has a cloaca. Got it.
Glad we established this. Thank you.
He'd still have a groin, but
Oh, Natalie, put our dog
oh,
outside.
Well, no,
Bunsen.
this is great. This is why we have a collegiately educated person on the show to teach us about anatomy and biology.
She is a fisheries, forestries, and wildlife major, technically.
Absolutely.
So
There we go. Played off to our advantage. So,
Yeah.
we're talking about the deep, all the things that he has fucked, and then he got fucked, and then he had a wife, and now he doesn't have a wife, and he fucked an octopus. He had to eat another octopus. There's a lot happening with the deep here, but it all
very
kinda,
Shakespearean.
it all kind of culminates to a lot of the sex that is in The Boys, and especially season 3. And Dave, I know you're a huge fan of cum, so I really want to talk about Hero Gasm.
Jesse's face.
Okay.
It's everything.
I've
He knew
never
it was
seen.
coming. Look, he already had the header ready. He knew it was coming.
The perfect segue.
He knew it.
I know it was a really interesting tone you took, like, and you love cum.
He loved cum, Dave.
We both know you love this cum.
The cum guy. It's the cum guy.
All right, so let's talk about Hero Gasm. Let's do it.
Here's
Dave
what I
Burkey,
truly
the cum
love.
guy.
What I truly love about the show The Boys is that they have the bravery to do what Marvel, what DC, what Dark Horse, whoever
Yep.
would never do.
Yep.
Full frontal male nudity.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it.
Lots of it. Can we all just give a collective thank you?
And like people
Thank
are
you.
It's what the
surprised.
people have been clamoring for.
Like it shouldn't be a mystery that I thought you were bi when I met you. Like this is wild. The man is heterosexual.
It's just like, look, the people want equal representation. We want to see what Thor's dick looks like. That's like everybody's thinking it, And The Boys gives us that.
Okay, so Dave, right along with that, what did you prefer more? Did you like Marvin getting the massive cum blast that covered his entire body, to which he just very calmly but sternly asked where the restroom was so he could get cleaned up?
That was not calm. That was like someone in the middle of like deep trauma. Like he was about to like go in the fetal or just start like shooting everyone.
Like he wasn't even moving. He's just like, "Where's the restroom?"
He said,
now?"
"Where's the restroom?" It was in his face. I have those moments like 5 times a day. I know. What that was. Not because of cum.
Oh yeah, I like how you
Just
made that
specify.
preference. Not because of cum. Okay.
It's not the cum.
So, Dave, is it cum covered Marvin, or is it the guy that has the dick that's like 100 feet long and can wrap around like a snake and move all around and do whatever he wants?
See, for me, it's got to be that. Because like the cum is like you are expecting the big cum shot, right?
Okay.
Like everybody. It's a
Yeah.
the whole episode's called Hero Gasm. You expect a large amount of cum. At some point. It's a given.
Oh
Our
my-
children are just wandering around the house between these screens.
He knows. It's fine. No, like,
he
the
knows.
boy's got to learn about cum at some point. now.
He's good. I talked to him.
But no, a
my
man
God.
with a like it's like he's Mr. Fantastic, but like only his dick. Like that's wonderful.
I want
That's
to know what else
delightful.
he could do. Also, bullshit that his penis wasn't completely incinerated when he like.
Oh
I
my
do
God,
love
yeah.
that
Yeah,
after
yeah.
the
He's, like,
Soldier Boy
holding it
attack,
to
he's like
discard
holding
him,
it
like-
like no.
My baby! Bullshit. That thing was in like 18 rooms.
It was all over the house, man, all over. But maybe it's like a tape measure where he can just like contract the muscle and it goes and then like comes right back for like safety purposes.
I don't think-
See, maybe
I don't
in
think it
season
matters
4 we'll
if
get
he
a more
does.
in-depth like look at his powers.
Right?
know?
Is that it, or like can he control it? Like, how? What does he do with this giant dick? trees like.
I already did this research. I can look up stuff about love sausage if you need to know.
Yes.
So
Please.
is it like Spider-Man where he can just like swing from the buildings and just shoot it out and wrap it and then do all that? Or
no, man, he's
Is
a
it
big fella too.
prehensile?
Like he'd have a lot of inertia going.
yeah,
Like, he could really
he'd be like a
like
giant
juggernaut
wrecking
through
ball.
a fucking wall.
Right.
All right, so he's able to withstand direct blasts from rocket launchers, though fatally wounded if he would succumb to any of the wounds of it. Let's see. Super strength, he has that. Super speed, and yeah, it
Jesse,
looks like
does it
it's
say
just
if he's circumcised?
no, it does not say if he's circumcised. I cannot say that.
No,
It
I
looked
need
like
a
he
team
was
of
in the
doctors
show,
for that
but-
one.
Yeah, I'm trying to look and see. It just looks like it stretches. That's all it does.
It's like in addition to super strength and super speed and like being bulletproof, he also has a really long dick.
And he can
Yep.
maybe he can like spin it like Thor's hammer and then like block shit when people like shoot him, you know? Yeah, and like fly with it. I mean, there's a lot of options here.
I mean, he's already a better superhero than Starlight, so
That's all. She's not wrong.
you guys turn up the lights.
Right.
That's my fucking superpower.
Which you got a great point, Natalie, because like when Huey turned on all the lights and she does the big float in the air, all she did was knock Soldier Boy on his butt. It didn't
And then
really
fall
do
over.
like I was expecting him to get his ass sent out the building, but like I was like, really? That's you at OP? We got a problem. We got a problem.
There is a hole in all of this. I know orgasm, hero-gasm's exciting and all that, but like, why didn't like she or like Maeve just shoot up some V? Because they could have done that without killing themselves if they just like, and they knew that they weren't going to get addicted by it, but it would enhance their powers so much that like their performance would be like top notch, so they would be able to actually do something. Like, why did we need to like potentially kill 2 humans? They could have accomplished this in a different way.
Huh.
Good point.
That was a good point. That is a really interesting point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that bothers me a lot.
Yeah, I mean, because and to echo off of that, like A-Train's brother, why don't they just give him the compound V too?
I
Or the
kind of
V10?
figured that's something that will come up in the next season.
Yeah,
Because-
but I don't think he
Yeah,
wants
Huey's arm healed. So
Yeah, they could just fix it.
I think
huh?
it's still like illegal or like it's still under like hush hush.
true. Yeah, because A-Train doesn't know about it yet. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I think
and,
that it will be a thing though.
and you have
Yeah.
to differentiate between the compound V, which is permanent, and the temp V, which
Yeah.
is just temporary, but that kills you after what 3 or 4 uses. So
I want to know what happened to the VP, or she's running for VP. Is it her daughter? I want to know what the fuck that thing turned into. I bet
Oh
it's
God,
really
yeah.
wild.
Head popper. Yeah.
Yes.
That is going to be a very interesting storyline where that goes. I mean, because like I said, I think they're building up towards the end of the series, which scares me. Like, I'm wondering if there's only going to be a few more seasons left or whatnot.
I would be okay
Yeah.
with that, though.
I'm
if
okay
they
with
wanna
that,
do
yeah.
5 or 6, and stop. I'm totally good. We don't need to overly do this. Like, tell your story, and I'm good with that. Now,
They
real
already
quick,
got 2 spinoffs.
before we move on, my last thing about HeroGasm was, and what I actually, really, truly, honestly, like, no jokes aside, liked was the writing in this show continues to amaze me on how good it is. And one of the parts that was so insignificant that I think, I'm not saying people didn't see it, but I don't see it widely talked about, right? Is that when they're looking at the mansion and they're spying and they're figuring out their plan of action and how they're going to go in and attack, Butcher says it like 3 fucking times throughout the episode. He's like, man, Frenchie's really going to be mad he's missing this. And he's just like, then like later on, he'd be like, man, Frenchie really needed to be here. And it's just like, that tells you so much about their relationship. The fact that Frenchie has been talking about HeroGasm for years. It's his goal in life. He wanted to go to HeroGasm, and now he's never going to get to go because they killed everybody and
I
blew up the
love
mansion.
Frenchie.
Like, poor Frenchie, right? All the guy
But-
wanted to do was go to Herogasm, and he can never do it now. I feel bad for him. I just thought that was good.
Sweetest takeaway.
Real quick, one final thing about Herogasm, real quick. If Love Sausage would have painted the entire house in cum.
There it is. Dave, what do you think about that, man? Just a cum fountain shooting all around, coating the walls.
It doesn't seem like the best way to paint a house, but I mean, but could we have? Yes.
So anyway, yeah, let's get back to Head Popper. Natalie, you brought that up. Like, where do you think that might be going?
I mean, I feel like the obvious softball is that she's like a new villain and that all of that. I think it would be a lot more interesting if they took us more into her character being likable, and not in the way that like we care about Homelander occasionally, which I do. I don't know if anyone else does, but occasionally I'm like, oh, that poor dude's really been fucked his whole life. So like, I really love that character, and like I don't like thinking of her super black and white. And I even think that it's like played out already. The like, oh, she's just in it to keep herself and her family safe, because obviously she isn't if she turned in like her dad. So she doesn't have this emotional bond with anyone.
Well, let me say this, because do you think she really did turn him in? And what I mean by that is, if it's not just some Machiavellian plan, like. Because here's the thing, Edgar is super powerful. He could shit down Homelander's throat and not get worried about being thrown through a wall. And it was so easy to get him removed from power. It just seems like it was so convenient. I'm wondering if this is some long, drawn-out plan that her and Edgar are a part of.
I think
No,
it's
we're
kind of like
definitely
Roe
not
v.
done
Wade
with
to
him.
get out the votes.
Yeah. Because think about it, like
A little bit, yeah.
Edgar, he was so fucking, and I know, Dave, you were kind of talking about this too. Edgar was just so fucking casual. The way he went out, he's just like, okay. Like that, I'm like, this dude's not done. Like there's some shit brewing here. He's never done. He's always got something in his back pocket. Yeah. He's always ready to go. So I agree with you. I think that we're going to see something happen next season with him. And it would be cool to have he and his daughter team up. But I also think it would be cool if she had her moment where she teamed up with Homelander. And maybe they did some shit. But then maybe Edgar came back and was like, let's do this instead. And she was like, yeah, fuck Homelander. And then they went back over here. I mean, I'm kind of making shit up, but they can go many different directions with what happened in the season in terms of that.
Well, I honestly think we're going to see a reconnection with him and the CIA agent. I can't think of her name at the moment.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Joining back up with the boys, because he's got all of Vought's dirty secrets, and I feel like that's going to be the big team up.
That is true. That is absolutely true, and I didn't think about that until you just said it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, what's so great about the show is it can go in a lot of different directions. But the fact that we're getting closer to the White House, it shows that this show might only have a few more seasons left, because it's going to come down to Homelander eventually taking over the White House. And for those that know the comic book, Homelander is not the last villain they fight. And the bigger villain is been here with us the entire time. Spoiler alert for those that have not read the comic book.
I haven't read the comics. Don't be fucking spoiling shit for me.
I can look it up.
Show, you know?
Yeah, so if you'd like to look up who the final antagonist in The Boys is, check it out. But it's going to be very interesting, because they've done a lot so far to change the storyline, but in a brilliant way as possible. Like, for example, they changed everything about Black Noir. And because Black Noir was a part of a bigger twist, which I want to reveal to John just yet. Obviously, let him read it.
Thank you.
But I think that's why we have Ryan. Ryan's not in the comic book, but I think Ryan is going to end up being what Black Noir was in the comic book. So for those who know what I'm talking about, I think that will be interesting. Basically, I think there'll be a time jump where Ryan and Butcher fight. I think they will fight, and I think it'll be a painful thing, because he promised Becca to always keep him safe, and then he's going to do the one thing and break his wife's promise. So
they're so fucked.
Oh, he is. He so is.
Oh yeah. It's Butcher's gonna die. Like, come on, guys, just get ready for it now.
Not even what I mean. Like that child. Like, I mean, he's a product of rape. He grew up completely isolated from all of reality, and then like he finally got to make some human bonds, and it has been just trauma after trauma because of that.
Yeah, accidentally killing your own mom, the one person that you, the only person you knew.
Like, he's already 1,000% more fucked up than Homelander.
Yeah.
I mean, true, very true. And I could see them doing a duo. I could see them doing adversaries. Like, I could see him going back to Butcher. I could see him killing Butcher. I mean, there's many different avenues that we could go down with this. And I that's what I like, is that it's open. You know, we've had some excellent speculation talk just in this conversation we've been having, but nobody fucking knows what they're going to do. And that's what's so great, is that you can say you're predicting this, but anything's possible with this show, which is what I really like. That the predictability level is so low that I just keep watching because I want to see what happens next. Who are they going to fuck over? Who are they going to kill? Who are they going to redeem? Like, it just keeps you wanting more. And then on top of that, the additional cameos that come in, like fucking Paul Reiser coming in and stealing the goddamn scene. Like, that was a breath of fresh air. Oh, man. Like, we got him in Stranger Things. Now we got him in The fucking Boys. Get this man in his own series. Like, it's time for his, like, I'm 60 and I got my second wind. I am ready for more Paul Reiser.
Mad About You is streaming on Netflix.
I can't go back and watch that show, Dave. I went through it once in the 90s and that was enough. I don't think I could go back and watch it again.
I really hope like what you said is true and that they do keep it really exciting, because yes, I do agree that we could predict a lot of things happening with it. And it's hard when they have like source material that they've deviated from. It feels like The Walking Dead. I don't want them to keep going and become The Walking Dead.
Yes.
I agree. Yes.
I agree. Everybody got tired of that shit.
Yeah. And I want it to be an explanation that I hadn't even thought of. And when you run out of like possibilities that it could be, some of us are going to be right eventually. So I'm hoping that they can either keep it really fresh or then they know when to put it to bed.
Yeah, agreed.
I totally 100%.
Totally agree.
Speaking of time and how long this series has, let's talk about Butcher, who is now on death's clock. Because of the temp V, he is now given approximately up to 18 months, but it might be less.
Yeah.
So how do you think this will impact the show and where the story is going? Or what will happen for Butcher?
I feel like it's kind of a cheap plot mechanic because, like, obviously, like, they've got, like, unfettered access to the lab now. Like, he could just get regular Compound V, shoot it up, and be fine forever.
There you
They're
go.
just like, he don't want that. Like, that's like,
yeah.
Oi, I ain't one of them cunts, you know? Like, he's just
that
like,
was a great impression. Nice.
It was not good. Please don't tell me that was good. That was bad. Look at my wife's face. It was bad. But no, so it's like a weird plot mechanic where they're just making this like doomsday clock where there are fixes they could do.
Sure.
Yeah. Also, Butcher's like been ready. He's been like theoretically ready to die since this show started. So like, why do I care that he's actually now going to die? Like, as far as I'm concerned, he was ready to die from day one.
Yeah, agreed. I totally agree. He's like jumping in front of bullets. So
I think so. I think on another angle, I think this is going to make him more dangerous and more reckless, and I think it's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be more costing, I think, of his teammates more than himself.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
But wasn't this whole season about him learning his lesson about, like, caring about his teammates, i.e. in, like, the nightmare he was trapped in? Like, if we're not going to get any growth from that at all, like, why even do it? Or, like, let's just put him back in that thing.
I totally agree with you, Natalie. That is a good point. And I hope they stay on that path because I don't want them to do what's in the comic book. And maybe they did this to mess with the people who read it. But I definitely want what you want, Natalie, in that have him have growth because I like how he sees Huey as a brother. You know what I mean? Like, I love those quick little scenes where he sees Lenny for a second and then Lenny's gone and stuff like that. And like, again, having him care for his teammates because he's just way more likable in the show. And I want him to stay that way. Like, honestly, he's not because he at the end of the day, he cares, but he's just so pragmatic on how he thinks, okay, I got to do this horrible thing because it's going to save a lot of people or the most immediate people, but yeah, it'll fuck some people over. And he's always doing that math, which I always find fascinating, you know, and it's, I mean, even in the beginning when he told Mother's Milk, he's like, I can't talk today. Sorry. I'm just going to say So was like, is Frenchie with us again? And he's like, oh, no, he's not with us. And then he was. Like, he can't. And he literally tells them this immediately after they agreed to not lie and to move forward and become a team again. So it's like, he lies all the time. So it's an interesting thing. Yeah. But other than that, let's see. Let me jump over to the comment section, see what we got going on over
Bill
here.
Arundel's got a good one for us, of course.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
Pretty spot on.
You just need Homelander to have one of those giant Motorola cell phones from 1987 and just like on there talking.
I could not agree more with this.
So while we calling Zach Morris,
you don't know Zach Morris? What the fuck?
I mean, I know do now.
So
I'm gonna pretend that I didn't know that. Oh my gosh.
On this thing, real quick, was Zach Morris a superhero? Because he did have the opportunity. He was able to stop time.
That's true.
To a studio audience, he was kind of like Deadpool.
He was.
Deadpool.
Well, I mean, he did get Jessie off of the caffeine pill addiction she was on. So, I mean,
that does make you a hero. You're right.
It does. Because, man, those caffeine pills be killing high schoolers, man.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. And
dude, I love
anorexic, didn't he get them to eat a cheeseburger and then they were fine? I don't know, something like that.
Saved the duck. What was it? Jessie the duck. What was the name? Becky the duck.
Becky.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh man.
The best thing that came from Saved by the Bell is a small little video. Zach Morris is trash.
Oh yeah,
because he is. He's an asshole, just like Homelander is.
This is a Saved by the Bell podcast now. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I did what I set out to do.
Yep. But no.
Yeah,
it
kind of works.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I was gonna switch topics because we are running low on time, and I wanted to get a few things going. Let's see. So let's talk about Soldier Boy and Homelander. Like, obviously, they kept Soldier Boy around. They just put him back in his little Winter Soldier tomb. So he's gonna be back. But like, what did you guys think? Do you really think that? Because like, there's a part of me that doesn't feel like Soldier Boy is the father. Because we just took the words of a dying man.
I don't see a reason for Soldier Boy to lie about that. Because
no. I mean the other guy,
him, right?
Yeah.
No, I believe it. I think he probably really is. And it's I don't know, just the way they build up his character too. He's just like this aloof, dumb, cocky idiot. Like, of course he would give his cum to a scientist to make more hymns. Like that.
Well, the whole thing that he got it is that he signed up for testing. So like, I'm sure they took plenty of semen.
Oh yeah. Well, there might be more Homelanders out there. Maybe there's more than one.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I think it's irrelevant whether or not he's the father.
Yeah.
Because obviously he doesn't give a shit.
No, he clearly does. All he cared about was killing all the old seven. That's all he gave a shit about.
It would matter if Homelander was the father. Like, if he found out that he wasn't actually Ryan's like biological dad or something crazy, like that would be a bigger deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's the one who cares about the family ties.
Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting theory that's been floating around on the internet. So now this is working on the fact that, Soldier Boy is Homelander's father. But Soldier Boy, at some point in the show, in Hero Gasm, made a comment that he was sleeping with Liberty for a while. Liberty being Stormfront's old alter ego.
Yes.
And some people have had this weird feeling, and it's not too far-fetched for the boys if they've done crazy shit in the comic books, that what if Stormfront is in fact Homelander's mom?
I think he'd be really into that.
Yeah, I mean,
especially because he has he likes lactation, all that stuff.
Right.
I mean, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they go in that direction. I mean, they've done more fucked up things in the comic, so I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on that? It's a theory that's been going around.
So, real quick, that would be really cool, actually, because one of my favorite things on this season was when you had a half-dead, fucked-up-looking Stormfront laying on her deathbed, and she decides to give a wrister to Homelander, and he's just not feeling it at all, and then gets pissed off at her, and it hurts her feelings so bad that she kills herself. How great would that reveal be if that was his mom? Like, dude, you got a handy from your mom, and then she committed suicide because you judged her on her technique? But obviously Homelander wouldn't give a shit, but that'd be a great twist. Like, they have the like flowers in the attic shit where, like, you know, brother and sister are fucking. Let's have like mom and son fuck. You know, they did that in the remake of Black Christmas. Let's do it again here in The Boys. I'm here for it. I'm ready.
I always love that scene in the hospital when she starts jerking him off, and she starts yelling out German stuff.
He's just like casually standing there.
Like, oh, you'll be a positive master. Like, what? No. Like,
oh my god! Could you imagine
so
filming that scene? That had to have been a fun day on set. It probably took them all day to shoot that one scene. How fun of a day was that?
Easily. I would have literally cracked up every time doing that scene, because, like, and that's the one thing. It looks like this show is just a lot of fun to be on.
Oh,
just like
they're all having a blast.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite. They are the movie trailers that they shoot of themselves. That's like the best part of, like, the camp of all of it.
I love it. I 100% agree with you, Dave. 100%.
Oh man, that was one of the best like cameos from this season. What was it? Was it episode 1, The Dawn of the Seven? They replaced Stormfront with
Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the biggest, like, reveals. It was so funny.
And then they brought that other speedster in, like Alex or whatever, and then killed him in the same episode. It reminded me of an episode of Oz. Like, bring in a new character, kill him at the end, we move on to the next one. Like, that was so great. Just land, they're all fucked up.
And what I like also about this show is that it's super self-aware of actual, like, comic book talk online. Like, because if anybody remembers back in 2019, or was it 2018? But what happened was everybody was saying, why doesn't Ant-Man just go up Thanos' ass and grow up big?
They did it. They did.
They did like something similar.
I like when he's like running through, like touching the sides of the urethra, and he's like, "Oh!" And he's like, "Oh my god, it tickles! I'm gonna cough!" And then
I just don't understand how the entire body exploded.
I mean, he got big really fast. He was close.
It would have just been like they would have been like the torso and below. Like, his face would have been.
You don't know physics. Stop it.
Like,
we don't know how deep he was.
Yeah, he might have been all the way up into the testes. You know, he could have been. And so then when he blew up, it just like compounded. You know.
Yeah, you're not a urologist. Get out of here.
Oh fuck.
Great response.
Sorry.
So Jesse,
my end. Sorry.
Do we want to play our little game here? Do we want to pick who we want to be in the Boys universe?
Ooh, okay. Sure. Let's do it. I'm down for that.
All right, you start. Now look, here's the rules, guys.
Okay.
It's not what powers do I want. It's who do I want to be in the Boys and why.
Are we talking Soups only or any character?
Any character.
Okay.
After you,
Jesse, you go first.
No, you guys can go first. I was just making a noise.
While you're
saying
No, go, Jesse, go.
Well, I know mine right off the bat.
All right, Dave, start us off.
If you pick mine, I'm gonna be pissed.
Give me Soldier Boy.
Okay.
Because I would love to sleep for the next 30 years. Like, that sounds like,
that'd be great.
Really
That was
good.
so weak.
No, little Rip Van Winkle action. Skips.
Also, like he's like I don't know, like he's a terrible person, but he seems like a fun time. Like you just ripping lines of coke and smoking weed and just.
This is why we're married. Like I swear to God, I'm like, why do I like Soldier Boy so much? He's like the definition of everything I like about toxic masculinity. Like I wish
Soldier Boy is the biggest fuck boy on earth. Like absolutely.
In my head, that's who I am when I drink.
Yeah.
Chota Boy, man. Chota Boy. That's what it is. Soldier Boy is a great pick, and I could probably also definitely pick him. Just for all the reasons mentioned. Plus, he just like the guy is essentially impenetrable, and I feel bad that his shield got broken because he really liked that shield. But if he gets too fucked up, they just put him to sleep, and then somebody breaks him out, and now he's time traveling, but he's not aging, so he can keep going on and on and on. Maybe the world fixes itself. Maybe we have world peace, and then here comes Soldier Boy. Somebody let him out, and he just fucks and cokes it all up and just ruins everything again. Like that would be cool.
That was also a very fun thing throughout the show, listening to all the actresses throughout time that he's had sex with.
But like, since he does have super strength, would this be like Superman, where if he like came in the girl, it would just like shoot out of her and like kill her?
That's why he's just got an edge every time.
Seems like he seems like he has control over his stuff. Like he seems like he can decide when he wants to just punch somebody and when he wants to like separate them in half with his fist.
Good point.
That's a good point.
Can you control your loads like that? Right. I don't know.
He's disciplined, man.
I don't know, Dave. I don't have a penis. You tell me.
Seems like a one-way street. I don't know. Like it's top thrill dragster every time.
I feel like there's a little surprise that you can't control your cum, but like I bet Soldier Boy has some finesse.
That just got real serious.
Man's a gentleman.
I don't know, man. You're not a urologist.
That's the second time that's been quoted. Natalie, I think he's hinting that you need to go back to medical school for like 10 years and become.
I've been considering it. I might as well just keep getting degrees and hating my life.
There you go. Can't have too many. So, Natalie, who's your character? You actually have to pick a character and why.
Okay. There's so many, but I think I would probably pick Frenchie. He just seems like this carefree, like murderous hippie version of what I would be if I like didn't have responsibilities. And he's got such a good heart.
He does.
And I just love him. I think that like even though he gets in some shit situations, like he's never wavered on his morals. I'm pretty happy with him as a person. But like he does get fucked a lot. I was kind of thinking like maybe Huey's dad would be the best pick.
Ooh.
There you
that guy like got to watch his like idiot son do something with himself.
True.
Pizza rolls. A lot of pizza rolls.
Yeah, he got to be part of the action on a
combination, not 3 meat, but combination.
Yes. Yeah, I think Huey's dad is winning. But personally, I want a little more excitement, so I'd pick Frenchie.
Okay. Jesse, who are you picking and why?
Okay, so mine's a little out of left field because his life looks very luxurious. Legend. The guy Paul Reisner played.
Okay.
Because I mean he is the Stan Lee of that comic book universe because he wrote all their stuff. So and I just think he has a luxurious life. I would go for it.
Okay.
Wait. I have to look him up. I'm such an asshole.
He was the old CEO of Boston.
Oh,
yeah. He's the guy that like made Soldier Boy.
I didn't know his name. I totally agree with you. I considered him as well. Yeah. Like the dude just like drinks and does drugs and like talks about the glory days and it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Way to live out your elder years, man. That's what I'm telling you. And Paul Reiser is the only man who could play that character. I'm telling you right now.
Well, it's like that's what he does, right? Isn't that what he does? He just drinks and does coke and like hangs out with his friends and talks about old Hollywood.
Just like Jesse, you know?
If he has a better life than that, I need to know.
But Jesse's drinking like grape flavored Mike's Hard lemonade instead of blowing down Coke. So
yeah. Well, you gotta build yourself up to it. You don't want.
Well, every time he leans down.
Yeah. Like, oh, I gotta take that bump there real quick.
All right.
There it was. See, you all saw it live. There it was.
Yeah, it's, that little that dimple on your hand is called a snuff box.
Trump never did that shit. Jesse's not doing that shit. It's fine.
Oh shit.
Right.
Well, I'm just gonna go obvious here, and I'm gonna pick Homelander because the dude has everything. He can fly. He has the strength. He has a cool costume. He represents America. He gets what he wants whenever he wants, how he wants it. He was sucking on Elizabeth Shue's titty, and then she got pissed off at him, so he lasered her face. And then he started getting hand jobs from someone that might be his mother. And then he just insulted her, and then she just offed herself. So, he's going to go fuck somebody else. And yet he can just fly away, and his suit's padded, so he doesn't have to be all ripped. He's just, like, really skinny, but his suit looks cool. He's got this illegitimate bastard kid that he just met. He's able to murder humans, and people don't care. Like, this man has everything.
You like milk a lot? Like...
Is this just you saying him because you're closing out the show? Or do you actually think that?
Oh my God.
That guy is so mentally fucked.
I mean, but aren't we all to a degree?
No,
I will say though, I would like to, for a superhero, Homelander's such a good representation of like anxiety.
Yeah.
Like like they portray his like anxiety in such a good fashion.
He cares what everyone thinks about him so much that it eats him alive to the point that he like goes around killing people and is like constantly seeking acceptance. That sounds like the most miserable existence ever.
Look at how
you just wanted to be tough and like be able to kill things and get your way. Be Soldier Boy. Shit.
But look how he was raised. He was raised in a lab as a guinea pig. Can you blame the guy? I would probably be pissed off if that was my life too, knowing I could
kill all those
motherfuckers. Exactly.
Agreed.
Well, anyways,
Homelander all the way.
Well, anyways, that's all the time we have today. Oh, yes.
Oh wait, no, we already did that. Never mind.
Yeah. We good?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Cool. Anyways, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I forgot to mention one thing, and it's really random. I said one thing that Natalie did comedy-wise that I remember, and then Dave, there's one thing that you do. I forgot to say your thing. No. This cracks me up. This is like the funniest thing he does. I mean, he does a lot of funny things, but this one just tickles whatever funny bone I have. The fact that you have an account called Meryl Streep's burner account is just fucking hysterical. I'm just like, who thinks of this? Who thinks to do that? And it's just so yeah. But anyways, make sure you follow both Dave and Natalie. Go see them live. First Fridays every month. You got Cafe Kerouac. Check them out. Evening with the Burkeys. And then I know, Dave, you're going to be at Cafe Kerouac tomorrow. At what time again?
Tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Sounds good. So make sure you go check them out there. And then I just want to thank everybody in the comments section that lit it up today. Thanking Shep, William, Gordon, let's see, Bill, Ryan. Thank you guys so much. You guys killed it. And tune in next week for more mayhem here at the Grown Up Stable. And until next time, I'm Jesse.
And I'm John.
And you've been sitting at the Grown Up Stable. Thank you and have a wonderful night, everybody. Take care. See ya.